Hi everybody, this is Gary Dean and this is our Sentiment Timing free weekly video update for Tuesday, August 25th, 2015. Again, we kind of been warning you guys about this big drop that we were calling, that Woody was calling the kill zone. And it was one of the things that it was scheduled to hit between August 14th and the 21st. And even in the videos, I was saying that I, really didn't want to be looking on the long side. And I was pretty upfront with you guys, even on the free videos, that the long side was dangerous. And as the market has pretty much shown, it's pretty much exactly what played out, and it's still dangerous. And if you don't know what's going to be going on, this may be just the tip of the iceberg as far as what's going to be playing out. So at Sentiment Timing, we believe that human beings in the markets are irrational, and there's always going to be an irrational element at work, and that's what creates market opportunities. And we use Woody Dorsey's proprietary sentiment database as well as his technical timing indicators to predict when these turns are going to be taking place, to take advantage of these irrational elements that are always at work in the markets, and we're seeing one right now. So last week I had left you with that I was counting this as an A, B, C of an A, and what I wasn't sure was B going to go up a little bit higher, or was this to be right here? And the reason why I'm pointing that out is because C has always been down here. So whether we had a little pop up or not, we are still looking for this C to come down below the 2000 marker. Obviously, it went way below that, but it was the right direction as far as what we were looking for. And this is a combination of using, Woody's technical timing indicators, knowing that the top was coming within this time frame, and the next move was going to be to the downside. So it was one of those situations where there just was no reason to be looking long for the last few ticks up here, and that's pretty much what a lot of the market participants were doing. They were discounting that this market was ever going to drop, but Woody's been saying that we are entering into a kill zone between August 14th and the 21st, and then not only that, we have not one but two black holes that are pending. And when you have all that stuff lined up to the downside, you don't want to doubt it, because what I had mentioned, the last black hole that Woody predicted was last September, and that was in August, and we saw the S&P drop 200 points. Well, now we have two of these that are lining up, and on top of that, we had another pattern that he follows called the kill zone, and this is what happens. When these magnets, based off of sentiment and the technical timing indicators are pulling down, you just get these complete washouts, and people lost tens of thousands of dollars, and I know it because I received an email saying, I wish I would have known this. The person that sent it to me lost, I'm not laughing about it, but lost $15,000. And it's one of those things that, if you don't know what to expect as far as time, you're running blind, and that's even people that are doing Elliott wave stuff. I do it when I'm looking for a turn. So I'll use this for the technical aspects of things, because if I know the move is coming down, I want to try to start charting it in an Elliott wave fashion to see where the next move is going to be coming. But most Elliott wave counters, this was just a consolidation wave 4, and everybody was looking up. When I tell you everybody, I didn't really see too many people that were bearish. Their entire piece was we're consolidating before the breakout. I was seeing 2150, I was seeing 2200, and Woody Dorsey's the only one that was saying that we were going to be heading down, and this was going back almost 3 weeks ago, and that's exactly what played out. So our sentiment readings, we've had a 0, a 1, so the sentiment is very bearish, but the thing is that sentiment has to be interpreted, and that's what Woody does. Just because you get a low or a high sentiment doesn't always mean that that's going to be a turn in the market. And when you get these panic sell-offs, a lot of times you're going to get a series of them, but what it allows is for some type of bounce, and I'll show you why it actually makes sense for a bounce. But it's just a matter of where. Is it something that you want to jump in and try to catch the knife? Absolutely not. You want to wait and make sure the bottom is in place. I know a lot of people were thinking with the 600 or 500 point gap up that Dow was doing that the bottom was in place, but timing wise, on a short term, yes, you can expect maybe we're going to get some kind of bounce again that's going to stick. But if you're looking at a longer term aspect of the markets, there's still lower to go. And that's what Woody is, was saying here is that, we have two black holes that are looming. And then he said that everybody knows about the market vulnerability now, but they don't know that it has further phases to flesh out. So that's what I mean by, even though we have very bearish sentiment, people are thinking, okay, we're near a low right now, but this is only the beginning phase of this entire move, and there's two black holes that are pending. And for anybody who's not really familiar with these black holes, this was the last one. Woody called this one in August, and it was supposed to be set for September I think September 19th, and we saw the S&P drop 200 points, and then it reversed exactly on the day that he said it was going to and rally 280 points. We now have two of them, and the thing is, this is not even the black hole. So if you're sitting here thinking, okay, the worst is over, this is the beginning of everything. Unless you have someone like Woody that's able to see how these markets are, say, looking as far as sentiment and psychology of the markets, you're going to be running blind. So it's it's going to be a very, very scary time, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. So what I was telling you with the short-term charts, wave count 1, 2, 3, 4, and what I'm looking for is a 5. And the reason why, we have low sentiment right now. We're looking for some kind of bounce, but the question is, where does the bounce come? And I'm not going to try to guess where it is. We can keep an eye on the 1840, 1820. And yes, we could get a bounce because we're going to get some bullish divergences. We're probably going to have some bullish divergences on the 15-minute chart. And you can see this is the channel that it broke through. So this was a bear flag. Here was your wave 3, broke through the channel, and now we're going to make the wave 5. And once it does form a good bottom, then we're probably going to get a tradable rally, but don't think that these are going to be the lows. And tomorrow we may puke again. I know the futures are down some 17, so there is no guarantee about, that we're even going to get that bounce or where it's going to come from. And that's what makes things very, very dangerous, because when you're in this type of market, trying to guess where the bottom is, it's tough. And like I said, I wouldn't want to be doing this without the eyes of Woody Dorsey, because he's the best at it. So with that, that's pretty much all I have for tonight. If you guys want the best market timer in the world, as well as the master of sentiment, investor sentiment, guiding you through these treacherous times, I would strongly suggest you taking a membership. We're raising the special that we had last night for $74.99. It's now $99.99 because those 10 spots filled up in about an hour. So we're doing the same thing. We're just doing it for 10 people, whoever does it. If you guys want to get the Markets Path subscription, it's free for anybody that signs up for Sentiment Timing. I charge $79.99 a month, and I do morning notes, nightly videos, and email trade alerts that I'm making, and so you get both services for the price of just Sentiment Timing. So with that, again, we're only allowing 10 people for the $99.99. So if you are interested, take advantage of it. And with that, have a great night.